Alrighty. Ah yes, the classic. The three Nordic gods, Odin, Loki, and Scrap Dragon. Quality comment, that one. Thank you for notifying me that my own stream has started. Thank you. God, my face looks so red for some reason. Lighting is not doing me justice here. Alright. So as per normal, I have done absolutely zero research on this box beforehand, other than the fact that I saw these three cards and thought, wow, those are Norse gods. Actually, I think three. There's a Thor in here somewhere. Maybe. Anyway, is that another Solemn card? Holy shit. Alright. So I have no idea what the fuck is in this box. No idea what to expect. Holy shit, we've got plenty of people here already. I guess we'll just get started. So if anyone has any idea of what the archetypes are in this box, feel free to put them in the chat and let me know what's going on, because I actually have zero idea. Thor is a rare? Alright. Alright. What squirrel? Alright, so there's some what's in this box by the looks of things, a lot of what shit. This card is adorable for starters. This card can negate attack. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. If this card battles, negate the effects of the monster it battled. So we don't really care about that so far, unless some of these other what cards buff this for some reason. Interesting, so I'm going to attack twice at least. So maybe there's some insane buff, some OTK looking thing there. What monsters you control cannot be destroyed battle while they are attacking? Again, something we don't really care about in the slightest. Alright. Equip only to a level 3 or lower thunder monster. It gains 800 attack, also its effects are negated. Each time it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, draw one card. Another card that's completely just means nothing to us so far. There better be some insane what buffing card in here, or this is just one of the more jokey archetypes of the box. The fact they gave Valhalla, but no Arcana Force 21. The world. Heads of Vanders plus Black Goat plus Trans Tracker equal instant Nordic gods. I have no idea what any of this stuff means yet. Damn, they didn't add the good what cards? I mean, so far these look like absolute shit. Alright. Any monster that attacks a what monster loses 1000 attack after damage calculation. After damage calculation? Yikes. Another card seems pretty bad. And this what archetype so far? Nothing special. A new UA card, okay. UA Goalkeeper. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand, except UA Goalkeeper. You can only special summon UA Goalkeeper once per turn this way. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can target one UA monster you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed battle or card effects. Not particularly that useful. I guess it's kind. So we don't have a lot of destruction effects yet, do we? We have like Desperado. It's the only one that's being played currently. That still being destroyed battle is kind of useful. I'm not sure about this one. I don't like it too much. Doesn't seem like it's meta defining anyway, especially considering UAs are a bit out of meta. I don't think this is necessarily going to bring them back. Draw power 4 spellbooks. So spellbooks in this box. Okay. Alright. Tier of the Nordic Champions. Your opponent cannot target Nordic monsters for attacks except Tier of the Nordic Champions. If there is no other face-up Nordic monster in the field, destroy this card. I don't think we'll care about this one. I don't really... Unless there's some reason we don't want to be attacking whatever these Nordic cards are. I don't see why we need this. Yeah, it doesn't seem all that relevant. It's a fate, doesn't seem that relevant anyway. There might be some reason we need 2000 attack Nordic monsters. I have no idea. I haven't gone through the rest of them yet. The Agent of Force, Mars. This card is unaffected by any spell cards, already a strong effect. While you control a face-up, the Sanctuary in the sky, and your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack and defense by the difference between you and your opponent's life points. So it's attack 0, defense 0. Yeah, I don't like that one. Completely useless early on in the duel. Well, I guess you can use it with negate stuff like Solms. I guess that's the aim of it, right? So you use Solemn, go down 3,000 life points, gain a bunch of attack. I mean, I guess. I don't think you'd use this, because I assume the only kind of deck type we can use this in currently is Counter Fairy. And I don't think it's quite going to make the cut for that deck. Sword Master. Is this a reprint, I think? For a monster you control attacks your opponent's monster, and the opponent's monster is not destroyed by battle, at the end of the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. During battle between this attacking card and defense vision monster, whose defense is lower than the attack of this card. I think defense, yeah, nothing to care about. I don't think, yeah. Pretty sure it's a reprint, so I think we already have that. I think his hair is taking over his head. Could be, could be. Not gonna lie, I don't think Nords are gonna be big. Maybe not. This is a main box, so there's quite a lot of cards to go through. We'll see. Nordic seems at best a cheesy rogue style deck, and don't let Ultra Harry fool you. Loki is one of the worst Nordics. Okay. Solemn Authority. Activate this card by targeting one Azure monster you control. It cannot be targeted by other effects while this card is in the field. Send this card to the graveyard during seconds. Interesting. So that's kind of a weird. I thought all the Solemn cards were negating. That's kind of odd. Yeah, that's not a very good effect. Making something not targetable isn't particularly useful, especially in a Desperado meta. Yeah. Alright. Plus, I don't know what these Azure monsters are yet. Skull Stalker. Alright, next. Reptilian Servant. Oh, great. Some more Reptilian cards. Destroy this card if there are face-up monsters on the field other than this card. Okay. Destroy this card when it's targeted by an effect of a spell or trap card. Now I play the Canor, summon a monster while this card is face-up on the field. What a weird tech card. Put that down on turn 1 and just ruin some searches, I guess. What a weird card. I mean, I like it. It's kind of cool. It's got a weird tech. I don't know what you tech it into, but I mean, it's a good meme at least. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing any play, but it's a pretty funny card anyway. Just stopping the normal summons in general. If you go first, I mean, sure. Odin's Eye. Once per turn, during each player's standby phase, you can target one Asium. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Monster you control, and negate its effects until the end of the turn. If you do, look at all cards in your opponent's hand and all set cards they control. Your opponent can activate its monster. Yeah, no, that's not a very useful effect. Looking at your opponent's hand and their set cards, I mean, if it's a free effect, sure, but using a whole card for it, I don't think so. I mean, it's continuous, so you can keep doing it, but yeah, I don't like it. If you want to look at your opponent's back like that badly, you just use Mind Scan, right? Having cards in hand, no one really cares about. Especially considering if you're not going first, nah. I don't like it. Anyway, Nordic Relic. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing some of these. Target one Aesir or Nordic monster you control. Its attack and defense become double its original attack and defense to the end of this turn, but it cannot attack your opponent directly this turn. I mean, the fact it's a trap card's kind of good. Might see some play, I guess. It's kind of a cool trap card. I don't really... Would you run this over something like Legacy Clash or anything like that, though? I don't know. It does double something's attack, so... Doubling is pretty strong effect. And there's some pretty strong OTKs, especially considering I already know things like... These are Nordic cards, aren't they? Maybe they're not. I don't know. Either way. Doubling attack is generally pretty good. Especially in weird OTK style decks. So I like the card anyway. Nordic Relic Levantine. Target one face-up monster on the field that destroys a monster by battle this turn. Destroy it. Cards and effects can return response to its activation. I don't think this will get play at all. I think there's just better trap cards in the game right now. You don't need weird backline like this. Pretty sure we already have like this kind of effect anyway. Yeah. Not like that. Unless, of course, because these look like these must be searchable. They have Nordic in the names. Maybe you're searching for them for some reason. How to end a card's career, Loom next. I'm only in it for Shining Angel and the Spellbook and Magic card. Alright. Acer is pronounced like... That doesn't help, I have no idea what that is. Did I say Siri? Shut up, Siri. Wait. Okay. Alright. Nordic Relic Gungnir. I think I've seen this somewhere before. I think it was in an anime. Yes, don't judge me, chat. I'm a weeb. Banish one Asia or Nordic card. Monster you control. Then target one card on the field, destroy it. Also, during your second end phase after activation, return the monster you banished to activate this card to the field and face up attack position. Okay, just a target removal that banishes one of your own things for a turn. I don't know. Maybe. Like, if these are searchable, they might get used, but I don't really see why you'd use this kind of removal otherwise. It's just better. There's just better backline in the game, so. Nordic Relic Drompnir. Oh my god, I'm gonna have if I make a video on this, I'm gonna have such a fucking hard time pronouncing all these words. Holy shit. Maybe we'll just make Google Translate do the video for me again. Equip only to an Acer or Nordic monster. It gains 800 attack. If this face-up card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add one Nordic card from your deck to your hand. What? I don't understand the use of this card yet. There's gotta be something later on in the box that destroys your own shit, I guess, because I don't know, why would you use this? It's gotta be something that destroys your own shit later on that you might want to use this as a searcher for or something. Also, he does search for these Nordic cards anyway. Which is only really one that's any super decent anyway, but we'll move on. Nordic Relic Brinsing Garmin. Target one face-up monster you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls. The attack of the first type becomes equal to the original attack of the second target. Alright, so I forgot what the name of the card is. We already have a card that does this in Duel, so it's a quick play spell, I'm gonna say. It might just be a normal spell, I'm not sure. Either way, I guess it's searchable, but it doesn't seem too particularly exciting. It's not exactly an effect that's being played already. No one plays the card that we've got in Duel Links for it, so yeah, we'll probably skip that one. Is this going to be TCG all over again? Box focus on Nordic's other archetypes gets all the hype. Oops. Yeah, I don't know about that one. We'll see. Seems to be people pretty excited about the Spellbook card, which is kind of scary considering Spellbooks are not an exciting meta to play into. Very, very slow meta when Spellbooks are around. Hey guys, I've been sick for a while and I used Google Translate to evade pronouncing these 200 IQ words. Like, come on, do you even blame me? What are these fucking names? Drockpinner. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just have too small of a brain. What are those? Yeah, oh my god, that pun. Alright. Mimir of the Nordic Ascendant. Once per turn at the start of your standby phase, if you control a Nordic monster and this card in your graveyard, you can send one spell card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card. Okay. Must be some more something to this card because I don't see why I'd use it. We'll just move on to the next one, I think. There's not really much to look at with this. There's other cards that again filled this role, so there must be some reason you'd want to use this, I guess. Just because it's a Nordic, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. March towards Ragnarok. Target one SEO monster you control. Until the end of this turn, its effects are negated. Also, that face-up monster is unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. So that's a much better effect than not being targeted. It's unaffected, that's a lot stronger. It's kind of like that Monarch card, actually. The Monarch card does the same kind of thing. And this one, a lot stronger than the other one. I'm not sure if it would see play still, but it's definitely a lot stronger. I don't think it'll get played though, but it's definitely a lot stronger. Better chance of it being played. Mara of the Nordic Alpha. When using this card as Synchro material, the other Synchro material must be two Nordic monsters in your hand. Hello? A tuner that uses Nordic monsters in your hand. Okay. That got potential from me. So this uses Synchro using monsters in your hand. Alright, I like the look of that. Maybe there's other tuners that do the same thing, but that seems pretty cool. I like that. The Monarch's Awakening, yeah, that card. That one. That's a good spell card since it's quick play. Yep. It has definitely more chance than the other card had. Well, the other card that was similar. It stopped it being targeted. Now, I'm liking this card, though. We'll see. It does need 2 tributes from hand, so... Might be other tuners to look at, but this one seems pretty cool. With the alpha, you can only summon Loki, so it's only useful for Loki. Okay, I see. Alright, cool. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Of the Nordic Alpha. When this card is normal summon, you can target one face-up monster you control except this card. Special summon one Nordic monster from your hand with a level less than or equal to that face-up monster's level. Don't think it's particularly that good. Because you already have to have a board presence to use it, so it's not particularly that good of a card when you have to already have, like... Because that's like kind of adding insult to injury, I think it's the wrong saying for this. Like, because you already have to be winning to use this, right? You already have to have a board state for this card to be particularly useful. I don't think I like this one too much. Each S here can only use certain types of tuners. There is one monster that can be any of those tuners though. Oh, okay. You're supposed to have a level 3 on board. 3, 4, 3 for 10. Okay. I feel like there's got to be a better way to get to the tuners though than using this one. There's got to be better tuners for it. Plus this card itself isn't even one of the tuners. Anyway. Oh my god, what are these names? Jormungand, the Nordic Serpent. Cannot be normal summoned or set. If an airsuit monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. If an airsuit monster is not on the field, destroy this card. If face-up position of a card you control is changed to face-up attack position, take 3000 damage. So the idea is to... What? You give a 3000 attack, 3000 defense monster to your opponent, that if he changes to attack, he takes 3000 damage? Is that the point of it? Oh dude, this looks like hella fun. Is that what it does, chat? Is that the aim of it? Does it being changed to attack when it's on your opponent's side mean he takes 3000 damage? If so, god damn, there's gonna be so many good memes with this. You just give this to your opponent in fucking Windstorm. God, that'd be funny. Oh, I want to play with this card so badly. I just want to play meme decks with it. I don't give a shit about the rest of the box. That seems like fun. Oh yeah, just give it to your opponents. 3000 damage straight to the dome. I love it. Really like the design of this card. Super cool. It's kind of like how Lava Golem works, right? Where they give your opponent some really powerful monster, but at a downside for them. So just give them a 3000 attack monster that they can put to attack at the cost of their own life points. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's dark too, so you can search it with light and dark. I'm not sure what you can search it with, but it's there. Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Goddamn Mungrung. Why don't I even bother trying to pronounce this? Target one is a monster you control. Give control of that monster to your opponent. During your opponent's next end phase, destroy that monster, and if you do, banish all cards your opponent controls. Well, it's non-target banish removal, I guess. But it's kind of... It's during your opponent's next end phase. Pretty bad. I don't think this card will get play. It's a very strong sword removal, non-target banish, but it's like waiting to the end of your opponent's turn to do it at the cost of one of your own monsters. I don't think so. Garmir of the Nordic Beast. If this card battles a level 4 or lower monster, after damage calculation, you return that monster to the hand. No one cares. Next card. Fraud Freeze. This is like some kind of counter trap. Oh no, it's a continuous trap. Once per turn, when your opponent special summons a monster from the hand, except during the damage step, you can return to the hand all monsters your opponent controls or special summon from the hand. If no other player controls a flower Cardian Synchro, send this card to the graveyard. Let me just process this card real quick. Interesting. So it counters. Why does it matter that if you have a flower Cardian Synchro or not? Is it just used just to? Is returning certain cards to hand if they're special summoned? I mean, I guess it has some merit in, especially in current meta, because it's good into things like Silent Magician. It's good into Desperado. Yeah, but most of the stuff in meta currently is from hand, though, right? Yeah, I guess like things like Neo's Fusion he'd still fuck you, but it's good in things like Desperado and shit. I don't think it would see play, but I mean, it's an option in specific metas, I guess. It's even good against things like Subterrors, kind of. Subterrors are from grave as well, though, but at least it gets the ones that come from hand. Blue Eyes is from deck. A lot of people don't use Blue Eyes right now. It's still kind of popular, but I mean, it dicks things like sometimes it dicks Ancient Gear, but not all the time. Yeah, we'll just go on to the next one. I'm not sure this. I don't think this card will get played, but it's nice to just have like a tech card like this in the game, I guess. It has certain matchups it's good into anyway. Maybe as a tech card, like if you just stick it in like some of Julie's meta's tournaments, you could stick this in your extra deck and wait for the Desperado player, and there's your counter, I guess. But then again, you could just run like the machine destroying cards instead anyway. Alright, flower stacking. Choose 3 flower Cardian monsters with different names from your deck and place them on top of your deck in any order. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 flower Cardian monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Not a terrible effect. Puts the stuff on top of your deck that you want, and then it gets a free search from your graveyard.
Half the chat is just correcting your pronunciation.
I'm not surprised, my pronunciation's fucking awful. Thanks for the $5 they did. My fucking chat, I don't blame them. I'd be correcting the streamer too if I knew it, but holy shit, my pronunciation of these cards, it's gonna suck when doing the video. I don't know what I'm gonna do when doing the video, if I end up doing one of these cards, which I assume I will, because there's a lot of cool shit in here, especially this card, goddamn. Anyway, this card looks kind of cool. It's not really that, I don't think people would use it though, in particular, because it's kind of like the it's not like an instant draw card or anything, it's just making your deck better. I guess it does add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand, I guess. I don't know. Flower Cardian Zebra Grass with Moon. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from hand by tributing 1 level 8 Flower Cardian monster except Flower Cardian Zebra Grass with Moon. If it's card special summon, draw a card, and if you do, show it. Then you can special summon it if it's a Flower Cardian monster, otherwise send it to the graveyard. Once per turn, if this card destroys from my battle, you can draw 1 card. God, it gives you some good draw, I guess. With the special summon, I don't know.
Shut up, Mokuba.
Have this slave lady do all your card names.
Thanks again for donation, so not a bad idea. Text to speech do my video for me. You'll translate incoming boys? Definitely. Alright, so I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at here. I guess we'll go through the other ones first. While you control a level 7 or lower flower Cardian monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Level 7 or lower, okay. Or you can normal summon or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except flower Cardian monsters. If this card's normal special summon, you can draw any number of flower Cardian monsters in your hand, shuffle them into the deck, then draw the same amount of cards. Okay. So I guess these two synergize with each other, right? This isn't exactly a very powerful boss monster, so I don't think this deck's going to be playable, but I mean, it's interesting. Because if this is the strongest one you get, I don't know. Doesn't seem all that great. Flower Cardian Pine with Crane. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first special summon from your hand by choosing one level 1 Flower Cardian monster except Flower Cardian with Crane. If this card is special summon, draw one card. If you do show it, then your opponent can special summon it if a Flower Cardian monster. Otherwise send it to graveyard. So similar to the other one. Which much synergizes something else in here. Flower Cardian Pony with Butterfly. Cannot be normal summoned or set. I suppose you special summon from your hand by tributing one Flower Cardian monster except Flower Cardian Pony with Butterfly. If this card is special summon, draw one card, and if you do, show it. Then if it's a Flower monster, look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, then place them at the top bottom of the deck in any order, otherwise send it to the graveyard. When this card is using material, you can trade it and all other Synchro materials as level 2 monsters. So I don't think we care about any of this yet, unless there's something up here that we care about later on. This flower stuff seems pretty bad if this is their boss monster. Flower Cardians need their Synchro to be good. They're a control speed Synchro deck. Oh yeah, so there's no Synchros in this box then for them, because otherwise, if this is the best they've got so far, all load of garbage. I guess we'll see it later on though. I have no idea if there's up here somewhere. Alright, next we've got Diverg of the Nordic Alpha. After you normal summon this card, you can normal summon one Nordic monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon or set. Is this a tuner? No, it's not. If this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, tie one Nordic card in your graveyard add a card to your hand. Okay. So I assume this is meant to be used with some kind of like Synchro-y kind of stuff, since you get to do another normal summon on top of it. Don't think it'll get any play though. It's only level 1, so it doesn't help too much with the tuner stuff. It does let you add a Nordic heroic card to your hand though. That's like one of these though, and these are like pretty shit. Yeah, it seems pretty bad so far. I think I'll move on. Divine Relic Mjolnir. I see, I know that one. Target one AC monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn, so this lets you attack twice. I mean, not a bad effect considering... I mean, double attack isn't horrible, it's kind of like a card you'd use if you're already winning, which also isn't particularly good. Putting cards in your deck that you only use when you've like already in front, like you've already got a board state established, is kind of dumb. I think I'd prefer to have a Cardian in my deck over this still. Then again, if it's searchable, you have one of these in your deck, search for a quick OTK, I guess. Although it is a trap card, it's not a spell, so I don't know. Oh, sorry. Charcoal Inpachi. 100 attack, 2100 defense. Absolute mega pog right there. Fuck, they do have easy summoning and draw though. They can be hell if you run Exodia. Yeah, especially with illegal stacking. Odin with double attack is rough, true. But I think it is like I said, it is a trap card, so it's not like you can just add it to your hand and smack your opponent with it, right? You have to wait a turn or wait for him to swing into your Odin. Inmachi Pog, yeah, that's Pog right there. Do you think UA could rise again in the tier list? I mean, if so far I've only seen this UA card, I haven't gone through the rest of the box, there might be other ones, but if this is the only card, then no, it doesn't seem all that great. It just stops like targeted. What was it? Do again? It stops destruction or card? Eh. It seems very meh. Doesn't seem like something that would actually bring the whole deck back. Alright, a new What card, alright? What Mole. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. This card attacks face down fantasy monster. You can destroy that monster immediately. This card's made flipping. So we don't care about this again, unless there's some kind of What thing in the future, but it seems pretty bad. The whole What stuff so far seems just terrible. Select one level 4 low monster in your graveyard. Special summon the monster in your graveyard. Destroy it during the end phase. Alright, these cards are just getting worse. There's got to be something in here that I'm missing. Oh right, they've got a Synchro. Alright, What Hydra? I mean, the card arts on them are pretty cool. One What tuner, one award, non-tuner thunder monsters. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, choose one card in your deck and remove it from play. Add that card to your hand during your second standby phase. Your second standby phase. 1,500 okay, next. What Dragonfly? If this card is destroyed by battle by your opponent's card, either battle by card effect, you can summon one What monster from your deck. I mean, there's got to be a card to target with this so far, because not a terrible effect, but if this is the best stuff you're summoning, I don't know. I think we'll skip over the what stuff for now. There seems to be nothing good in it, unless I'm missing something from later on. When this card is destroyed... Oh, sorry. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. When this card is destroyed at battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Earth Warrior type monster with 1,500 less from attack from your deck in face-up attack position. Not a bad search, honestly. If there's something specific we need for this, that'd be a pretty good card, but I don't think... It's not a bad searcher anyway. If we ever need a searcher like this, it's good to have it. So even if there isn't anything in the box particularly for this to target, that's not a bad searcher. It's good to have it there. Especially because it instantly brings it out to the board. It's not like adding it to your hand too. It's like very specific. Might be good. Maybe later on. I'm not sure if there's anything in this box that it works with. Where's my B4 archetype? I don't know. For some reason, I don't think that we're ever going to release such an archetype. It'd just be too insanely powerful, honestly. Absolutely game-breaking. Alright, Vanadis of the Nordic Ascendant. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card from any Nordic tuner monster. If this card is used Synchro material or other Synchro materials must be Nordic, once per turn you can send one Nordic monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card's level becomes level that monster needed the turn. Okay. I mean, it can be any level, which is kind of useful. I guess this card synergizes level 1, does it? That's not the right. Because you can just get any level with it. You play this, get your second normal summon, play this, then you can send one. So I guess that's the idea, right? I mean, in that case, there's more card effects like that. It's like it's a pretty good 2-card combo there. You get this to any level you like. Synchro summon anything you like then. Of that level anyway. Alright, so it might be useful. That's kind of a cool little combo, I guess. Use that tuner with the black goat in the top right of the rare section, and then summon tracker. Alright, so we'll go through that in a sec. Alright. Valkyrie of the Nordic Ascendant. When this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards, you can banish 2 Nordic monsters from your hand, special summon 2 tokens in defense position. So what level are they? In this card's normal summon, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards, you can banish 2 Nordic monsters from your hand. Oh, so you have to have 2 in your hand already. So if you happen to have 2 in your hand, it's an instant Synchro summon of a 10. So I assume there's something that is 10. One of these boys up here must be like useful. Yeah, these look like 10 to me. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's a kind of a cool little tune. It is an instant Synchro summon if you have the Nordics in hand already. But that would mean you have to have this and 2 Nordics in your starting hand. A little bit hard to do. Yeah, it's pretty hard to do that. Maybe you have some searches for it too. It might be a little bit too hard to do this. I don't know, because like this means like your opening hand's what? On turn 1 you've got 4 cards, right? So you add the 4 cards, you have to have this and 2 Nordic monsters. So you would have to run very little backline for this to work. Would be interesting. We'd have to see. I like the idea of this card. It just seems it might be a bit too hard in practice. Anyway. UA turnover tactics. Also, later on in the duel, it's also useless because you've already played all your stuff. So you just top deck this and you're like fucked. Alright, UA turnover tactics. If you control 2 or more UA monsters with different names, shuffle as many monsters on the field as possible into the deck and special summon UA monsters from your deck that have different names to each other, up to the number of cards shuffled into your main deck. Those monsters cannot attack this turn. Then your opponent can special summon monsters from their deck up to the number of cards shuffled into the... What? Then your opponent can special summon monsters from their deck up to the number of cards shuffled into their main deck. I don't think I like this at all. Is this even that, like, what is the use of this? It seems really bad. So your monsters can't attack that you summon, so it's not even like some quick play OTK or anything. It just seems really bad. Am I missing something with this card? It just seems really bad. If you have like a full monster deck, it would work, but I'm not sure like that's the kind of style I want to go for. Like, to be fair, these kind of cards that go with it seem pretty bad anyway, so maybe it's worthwhile. Getting stuff like Desperados with it. Oh, so it makes your opponent. Because it makes your opponent shuffle stuff. I don't know. I don't like the look of that. I feel like you just prefer to run more generic removal than that. It is pretty strong source of removal, I guess. I don't know. We'd have to wait and see for that card. I don't think it seems all that good. UA Block Backer. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control in the hand, except UA Block Backer. You can special summon UA Block Backer once per turn. This way. Once per turn, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can change their battle positions, and if you do, negate their effects. Very interesting card for UA. UA is normally a lot more proactive than that, but it's kind of a cool turn 1 play. This gives UA like a pretty strong turn 1. It's not strong, but like, I mean... negates its effects too, that's kind of cool. It's kind of like an interesting turn 1 play for UA. I like that. I like the idea of that, but I think like you'd prefer to use that for... like if you're going second, it's pretty bad. Interesting, I guess. Is it good enough to see play in a UA deck? Probably not. It's kind of like an interesting... it's like very strong for turn 1 effect though. I really don't hope UA makes a comeback. I've still got PTSD from when they were meta. It was very, very AIDS. I have no idea about this card though. It's super weird. Alright, our first fucking god boy. Thor, Lord of the Aesir. So that can't be how you pronounce it. Once per turn, you can negate the... sorry. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. During the end phase, if this card you control was destroyed by your opponent's card battle by card effect, and since the graveyard this turn you banish one Nordic Beast Tuner monster from your graveyard, special summon this card. You special summon this way, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. So if it's destroyed, it will just keep coming back as long as you've got tuners, which by looks of things you use 2 tuners for it. It negates all monster effects. Very interesting card. And this is only the rare card. So the other ones must be so strong, I'd assume. I do like it. It keeps resing itself and negates stuff. I'm not sure how strong it is though. If it's easily summonable, then it'll be a pretty good card. So you just swing into stuff, even if they kill it, it just comes back again. So it's like good into things like Wallaby and shit. So even good into things like Desperado and stuff. It's just a good little card. I do like it. We'll see that Nordic's the answer to 6 Sam. That's also a good point. It's very good into 6 Sam. It's not that good because like it's bad into like Duel Wield. It's very bad into Duel Wield. We have to see what other cards come with it. But the other Nordics might be pretty good for it though. I don't know. The Warrior Lady of the Wasteland hosts budget version of this deck. We'll see how much we get to all this stuff. Alright. The Agent of Miracle... oh, by the way, just so you guys know, because I forgot to mention this, some of the cards are missing. So this isn't the entirety of the box. There's a few cards that aren't being shown. Just so you guys know, for reference. The Agent of Miracle is Jupiter. Once per turn, you can remove from play 1 the agent monster in your graveyard to select 1 face-up light fairy type monster you control. The selected monster gains 800 attack at the end of the phase. While this nature disguise has them on the field, once per turn you decide 1 fairy type monster to select 1 of your remove from play light fairy monster, special summon it. I don't think we care much about this. I don't like this card at all, really. You have to have removed from place. No, I don't like it. You already have to have a remove from play monster for it to be useful. So you already have to have a card in the graveyard, banish that card, sling it down 100 attack, and you can special summon it by discarding another card. Seems very like, especially like if you have this in like in your starting hand, it seems pretty goddamn awful. Yeah, I don't like that one. Alright, Transunion, whatever the fuck that is, of the Nordic Beast. If this card is destroyed battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Nordic Beast tokens. Okay, not a terrible effect, I guess. Not particularly good, but it's not terrible. It's just like, yeah, like the other generic ones. I guess the good thing about it is that it's a Nordic Beast, so it works with this Odin, this Thor stuff. That's not a tuner, so I just don't really care about it. It just kind of works with these other effects. Alright. Transunion of the Nordic Beast. When a monster you control is destroyed battle and sent to your graveyard, you can better summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, when this defense position card on the field is changed to face up attack position, you can better summon 1 Nordic Beast monster from your deck in defense position. So you can special summon 1 Nordic Beast monster from your deck in defense position. So what Nordic Beasts do we have so far? Has it only been this one? I don't think I've seen any other ones. Could be useful. Interesting. So it's like a kind of good searcher. I don't know. Normal had one? Where was it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we don't care about that one. I mean, it's a good searcher though. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure about this card. These Nordic Beast cards are so odd to me. This card works kind of well with this card too, in that you just get your 3 monsters out, and then you can just choose which one. So you make sure that your opponent kills like the very last one, so you guarantee this guy doesn't die. Like, he uses his last attack on one of the tokens, and you just choose that one to special summon it on. So it's like kind of a good searcher. Against, like, if there's like a tuner Nordic Beast, that'd be pretty good. It's like an instant summon. I like the idea of it though. We'll see. If there's no like other better ways of summoning Nordic Beasts, I guess this card might see play with this one. Because these cards do work pretty well together. Recardination. Target 1 flower. Oh god, it's the flower, guys. Target 1 flower Cardian monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Then you can special summon 1 flower Cardian monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a flower Cardian monster's effect, you can activate the top 5 files of your deck, and if you do, you can add 1 activated spell trap card to your hand. I mean, it's not a bad card if we actually had some decent things, but these guys just don't seem very good at all. They have a bit of draw power though. Like, if we have some like reason to draw a bunch of cards, I guess maybe you can like run it as an engine in something. I guess, I don't know. It seems pretty bad so far. It's probably better engines in the game, but I guess it's like a lot of draw in it. Like, almost all of them have some kind of draw effect, and this adds stuff back to your hand. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll just skip them for now though. It does not seem all that exciting. Little Trooper. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower warrior monster from your deck in face down defense position. That's oddly specific. 1 level 2 or lower warrior monster from your deck in face down defense position. So I guess it's just another one of those cards you just put in face down and spawn more copies of itself. Unless there's some other particular card you need. Oh, there is another one coming up. Oh, maybe there is some more to it. Guess we'll see. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add 1 Valhalla, Hall the Fallen from your deck to your hand. Have we gone past that card yet? Or is it something that's actually going to be useful? 1 Valhalla. What is Valhalla? Where is it? Valhalla. Is that one of the cards they're missing? I don't see no Valhalla. This is something they've got in the... It's like already in Duel. What the hell's Valhalla? Valhalla isn't in the game or in this box. Is it not in the code? Oh, so this must be one of the cards that's missing. Because some of the cards are missing, so Valhalla must be one of them. So what is it? I'll just look it up myself, so I assume it's missing. Valhalla... How the fuck do you spell that? Val? God. Just fucking do that and change it. Is this Valhalla? This looks like it to me. Oh, I see my friends using this IRL. Once per turn, you special summon 1 fairy monster from your hand. You must control no monsters to activate and resolve this effect. So this is, I know that my friends have used this, and it's a super cool IRL, because there's like some really cool cards you can summon with it. Just any big card you can summon, and there's some really big fairies. So this is the card that we're missing. So the card Sartorius uses special summon fairies. Yeah, so this must be the card that's missing from the box. Or one of the cards. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add one Valhalla fallen from your deck to your hand. So that's actually pretty cool. So you can have 6 copies of this card. If this card is in the box, that is. That'd be pretty cool. It's like a guaranteed searcher for it. I like that. I really like that. Really good effect. Box is called Valhalla, so it's 100%. Yeah, you'd hope so. That's a super, yeah, that is super, that makes this card super consistent. So if you're actually running this card, which I think a lot of decks would be, hell yeah. That gives me a lot of hope for this deck to be meta. Having a good searcher for this, because I know this card is good. I see people using it IRL all the time. Is that the card anyway? Yeah, it is. Hold the Fallen. Alright, I like that. We'll see. Valhalla powers up counter fairies too? It does. Yeah, I really like the look at that. That gives me a lot of hope for the deck, the archetype itself. Especially if there's some really strong fairies in this box. Super cool. If your opponent controls a Synchro monster you control no monsters, you can better summon this card from your hand. What? So you want your opponent to control a Synchro monster in particular. Well, we've only got 6 samurai so far, so I don't like the look of this card unless there's unless this becomes heavily popular. Yeah, we'll move on. I guess this is another Nordic beast, so it's special summonable with this dude, I guess. It's not a tuner or anything though. Alright. Gelfenir, the Feathers of Fenir. Add 1 Nordic monster from your deck to your hand. So
shut up,
very generic. So
I want to test something. AESIRR.
Wow, seriously, lady? That's how you pronounce it? How the... It could have at least tried to pronounce it for me. That's of no help to me. Thank you for trying though, Saint. God damn it. Of course. Of course I pronounce it by just spelling out the fucking thing. Anyway, I don't like this trap card too much because it's a trap card. If it was a spell card, it'd be a lot better. So you can't use this on your first turn, or like on your turn you draw it. But I mean, it is a searcher, so maybe if there's something we particularly need for our combo, then sure. Like if there's like one tuner that already activates it by itself, like this card for example. I mean, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, back to these flower monsters. If this card's normal summon, draw 1 card. Show it, then send it to the graveyard unless it's a flower Cardian monster. You can only use the effect of flower Cardian pie once per turn. If this card's destroyed by battle and sends to the graveyard, or this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, sends to the graveyard, draw 1 card. So this is the level 1 that combos with this guy here, right? Seems pretty useless so far. It's good draw power again though, to be fair. There's a lot of draw stuff. Alright. Flower Cardian Maple with Deer. Cannot be normal summon itself. So special summon from your hand by tributing 1 Flower Cardian monster except Flower Cardian Maple Deer. If this card special summon, draw 1 card, and if you do show it, then if it is a Flower Cardian monster, you can destroy 1 spell trap that your opponent controls, otherwise send it to the graveyard. Okay. This is like some weird ass cycling deck, like you play the first one, and you just play this one on top of it, and you play another one on top of that, and you just cycle real quick. Super cycling deck. Really interesting. I'd like to see these in action, honestly. Just cycle so much. I'm not sure how I'm going to use... I'm not sure how I'm going to use it in counter fairy though. You don't want to want too many fairies in your deck, and there are better means to special summon. Yeah, I don't think you particularly want it in counter fairies, although you can get like 2 of your more useful fairies out, purely because you want your hand to be like 1 monster and then 3 trap cards. If it's counter fairy, you want to have counter trap cards most of the time, not your fairies. So generally you want less monsters than the other stuff. If you wanted to use, you could summon What Dragon at 2500 vanilla with What Dragon's Fly as a main deck. Yes, but this one is getting on the field, makes it easy to search for counter traps and boost HP. come on, not another box. I almost finished Vengeance. That's not once per turn, pretty nice. Yeah, it's really this interesting archetype. So the other card, these cards don't seem all that interesting, but the fact that you just like keep special summoning them on top of each other, I mean, they could be interesting. Cannot be done with summon a set. Must special summon from your hand by attributing one Flower Cardian monster except Flower Cardian Clover with a Boar. If this card is special summon, draw one card. If you do, show it to your opponent. Then if it's a Flower Cardian monster, you destroy one monster your opponent controls. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. So if you just had an entire deck of all these guys, you just search through your whole deck, just summoning these guys over and over. Really interesting archetype. But it looks like it had to be a kind of deck that is only monsters, I guess, to work. Otherwise, these guys are going to run the real risk of just bricking. Like, their effects is not working. So if you have like a hazy deck. Is there even enough to have like a full deck of these though? I guess there is now. I'd love to see this meme deck in action. Oh, so there's a Synchro for it too. If the only monster you control attacks a defense vision monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can banish one fire monster from your graveyard until the end of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent can activate effects of cards in the graveyard. Also, they cannot special summon monsters from the graveyard. Okay, it's like anti-graveyard hate, I guess. It's only 2,000 attack though, it's pretty weak. These guys don't seem all that great, but I'd like to see this how they work first. It could be fun. Oh, camera dead? Why the fuck's my camera dead? Hello? Alright, interesting. Not actually sure why that died, by the way. No clue. Good. This box feels like Stardust Federation all over again. We don't really have anything truly worthwhile for this box. Also, you see the new leaks for the new mod? I did. I might go through them at the end. I have a look through them. I know, it is Valhalla cards in the box, and we've got the Searcher for it. I have a lot of hope for it. Especially with these Odin cards, are kind of cool. Yeah, but I have a lot of hope for this card. We'll see. There's a lot of reasons that the card might be great. So you can just run a bunch of big fairies, and it's already like big fairies in Duel Links, right? Like what's the what big fairies have we got? We've got all the Darklords and shit. That's already reason to like run this in Duel Links without this new box, and this card adds more fairy support to the game, so we shall see. If this is in the box, which it might be, we are missing some cards, and we have the Searcher for it, so if we don't have the card, we've got the Searcher. I don't really understand, but plus the name of the box is Valhalla. Alright. UA Perfect Ace, so another UA card. You special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand except UA Perfect Ace. You can only special summon UA Perfect Ace once per turn its way. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn when a card or effect is activated, you can discard one card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. So it's a negate for UAs. Not bad, honestly. This card might help UAs come back. I like the negate effect. I like negates a lot more than I like the anti-destruction stuff that the other UA brought, wherever it was, like the blocker and stuff. There's another one here somewhere. This one, Goalkeeper. So I don't like Goalkeeper that much. This card was like nearly playable, but this card is certainly playable. So this card might help bring UAs back at least. I like that. And negate effects are pretty strong. Plus, it's like a card or effect. It's not like specifically spell a trap card, so it deals with monsters too. Really useful effect. You get this out on turn 1, it's really annoying. Yeah, you get this out on turn 1, it's super annoying. And it's not even hard to get out in UA, so we'll see. I like that though. Is that 1,500 attack? Yeah, but it's 2,500 defense too, right? So you just put it in defense instead. But yeah, it is 1,500 attacks. It's pretty weak attack stat wise, but its defense is high enough. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. I mean, the card looks awesome. You can special summon one level 3 or lower beast type monster from your deck in face down defense position. So it flips to search for another flip card. So there's some kind of flip beast. It's kind of a useful effect. Not sure what this card is specifically aiming to target though. Maybe one of these kind of cards? Yeah, I'm not sure this card's targeting, but it's like a cool effect anyway. It's good for flip decks. Star Eater. Must be synchro summoned. Oh, this is a generic synchro. Okay. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by the way. This card synchro summoned cannot be negated. When synchro summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. If this card attacks, it's unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. And it's a generic synchro. Looks like a card we're going to be seeing play, boys. This card will be in decks everywhere. It's generic, right? So you can use it can fit into any synchro deck. So regardless if it's like good or not, if you can get a level 11 synchro out, like if it's like a reasonable assumption that you can get a level 11 out, you'll run this card. So this card attacks, it's unaffected by other card effects to the end phase. That's actually super cool. You can attack things like Wall of D or the like the banish traps and stuff. It's not uber exciting because like people can just activate the cards before, you know, attacking and stuff. It's unaffected by things like Karibo and shit too. Cool card. What's attack and defense? Attack is 3,200 and 2,800 defense. Yeah, this is a very good generic. Very good. Your face can's blocking its stats? Oh, sorry. Oh, I mean, I can't really, I can move the face cam on OBS. Why is my face cam so low, by the way? It's like pointing at the ceiling. But yeah, I can see what you mean. I can't really, yeah. I guess I could just move this down. I'm retarded. Could just do that. There you go. Super cool card. I'm liking that. A level 11 Armades, essentially, yeah. Better than Armades too, because it like baits your opponent if they don't know what the card does. They'll just activate their effects and waste them. Why is it pointing at the ceiling? Stupid camera. What the fuck, Australians have ceilings? Yeah, anyway, this card will see play if you can make if you can make any synchro deck have a level 11 like as a viable option, this will be in it. Super good card. Shining Angel. When this card is destroyed by battle and sends to the graveyard, you can summon one light monster with 1,500 deck in face up attack. So this is the other monster of this one. So like I said, same as this card, super good card. It may not see play today, but if it comes up later on, there's some particular reason you want a light monster with 1,500 less attack, it just searches for it. It's a good searcher, especially if you want that monster on the field already. Because it doesn't even add to hand, just summons it. So if you have some like big boss monster that has 1,500 less attack, this card will just summon that monster to the board. Doesn't matter if it's level 5 or 6, whatever, it'll just summon it. So it's a pretty cool effect. I like it. Not sure whether or not it'll see play yet, but it's a cool card for the future. I'm not sure if there's a card in here we want with it. Oh, looks like there's one right there that can be used. Guess we'll look at that in a second. Reptilian Lamia. If all monsters you control are reptilian monsters, while this card is in your hand, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change the attack to 0, and if you do, special summon this card. Then take damage equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is into the graveyard as synchro material, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change their attack to 0. Okay, so finally reptilians actually have a reason to be played. Because the main issue with reptilians so far, if you guys have ever followed the archetype, which you guys probably haven't because it's not exactly that exciting and it's pretty ancient now, their main issue was they didn't really have any ways to make your opponent have 0 attack. Yeah, there was nothing to make your opponent 0 attack. They had one monster that required itself to swing in first. So this card may make them playable. It's a nice card. This is a good. It's a good card. It's a good card. Whether or not it will make the entire archetype good enough to be played, I don't know, but certainly gives it a lot more hope. This is a good card. Certainly the best card in their archetype. Probably why it wasn't released at the time when reptilians are out, because it might have actually made them broken. Combine reptilians and venoms, there you go. Put that with the field spell that makes them on 0. Although that doesn't even work, because the field spell has to make them go down to 0, right? For them to destroy it. Good card though, anyway. Still waiting for Mystic Tomato? He'll come eventually, dude, don't worry. Cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned or flipped face up, you can target one level 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target or banish it when this card leaves the field. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned or flipped, Face up, return it to the hand. When this card is normal summoned or flipped face up, you target 1 level 1. What a weird effect. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. Yeah, sorry, it's something got me, sorry. I have actually no idea how to feel about this card or what it's specifically aiming to target. It's for XYZ, but XYZ is not in the game yet. It comes with Piper. Like, it must be targeting something. It is an SR, so there must be a reason it's SR. I have no idea what the use of this card is yet. I cannot rate it at all, see if it's going to get play or anything, because I have no clue what it's used for. I don't know if it's good or not. I have no clue. Why is it that when I check my streaming thing to see if I'm streaming, it says I'm offline? Let me just refresh that real quick. Oh, it signed me out of my account. Hang on. It signed its voucher on. Is the stream okay? Stream seems to be up. Okay, so it just for some reason signed me out. Right. Anyway, on to the ultra rares, which we assume this card is one of them. The Agent of Mystery Earth. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 the agent monster from your deck to your hand, except the Agent of Mystery Earth. Alright, so that's a good searcher. By the link to the skies face up on the field, you can add 1 Master Hyperion from your deck to your hand instead. Okay. What the hell is Master Hyperion? Is that something that I've missed? Or is that... Oh, so it comes up later. Very good searcher. So if this card is at all good, this card is a good searcher for it, because we already have plenty of good ways to add the Sanctuary of the Sky to our hand. Plenty of reasons to, plenty of good ways to use it. Okay, I like the look of this. This card's particularly good. We've got a good use of this. What's the other, the agents though? We'll go through them, I guess. Shame it's an ultra rare. True, it'll be hard to get hold of. Alright, so here's a card a lot of people were hyped for. Spellbook of Knowledge. Send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand or face up from your field, except Spellbook of Knowledge. If you do, draw 2 cards. Send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand or face up on the field. Wow. Wait, that's actually so good in Spellbook. You just get to choose to cycle something. So there's no way this won't get run in Spellbooks. Like, you have to run this in Spellbooks. It's too good. It's just a really, really good effect. Damn, that just made Spellbooks more consistent, right? I'm not sure you'd want to use this in Dark Magician though, because you can just use them... Because it only works on... Spellbook monsters... It only works on spellcaster monsters you control, or spellbooks in your hand. So like, the spellbooks in your hand, it's good for, because you can just get rid of cards from your hand. But like, if you use this in a normal spellcaster deck, there's already like that wand thing that does this already. It gets rid of the monster you control draws too. And that doesn't see play, so I don't see why you use this in like a Dark Magician. But this would be super good for, yeah, super good in Spellbook. Nasty. Plus it means you can just have an extra, Spellbook in your graveyard. 2 extra Spellbooks in the grave, more stuff to banish. Super good. Super, super good. Alright, Scrap Dragon. Once per turn, you can target 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy them. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, target 1 non-synchro scrap monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. So I've never actually played with the scrap archetype, so I don't know how good destroying one of your own cards is. But then again, you can just target spell and trap cards with this, right? You can just set one of your trap cards, you can target that card, and destroy one card your opponent controls. It's a pretty good effect. So this is easily Synchro summon, sure. Why not? Its effect's pretty good. It's not a bad effect. It is target destruction though, so it's like one of the weaker sources of removal, but still a good removal. Plus you can target any card your opponent controls. You can target back row too, for example. Plus obviously it has the added effect, if your opponent destroys it, then you'll bring something back. Nice little dragon, nice little boss monster for them. Yeah, so this card will get play, I guess, in Scraps. Just a good card. Scraps love blowing their own cards up, it's perfectly archetype. Alright. Oh, so more, so they actually like getting destroyed. Nice. Okay. Alright. So this is apparently the best of the gods. Odin, father of Aesir. Once per turn, you can make this card be unaffected by spell and trap effects until the end of this turn. Okay, that's a pretty good effect. You just activate it. Just use it. Okay. I guess you do have to use it first though, so you can activate it, then your opponent gets to activate their stuff first before it resolves, right? So you can pop it before it gets to resolve its effect. During the end phase, if this face-up card you control was... So with this card, I assume you can just use something like... When he goes to like activate this effect, you just activate like Cardian in response, and the Cardian will put it face down before its effect activates. So it might not be all that great, I think. I think that's how it works, right? Oh, it's Odin, not Odin. I'm dumb. Yeah, my bad. I know it's Odin, sorry. I play too much Yu-Gi-Oh, right? My bad. During the end phase, if this face-up card you control was destroyed by your opponent's card or a card effect and sent to your graveyard this turn, you can banish one Nordic tuner once from your graveyard. Oh, so it has another res effect too. And when it's summoned, you draw a card. And it has 4,000 attack. Damn. Damn. Wait, was this one generic? It is too. Not bad, actually. Thanks for pointing that out. It's a generic Synchro too, so it's also can just be stuffed in other Synchro decks for generic destruction. I like it. Anyway. This is actually a pretty cool card. 4,000 attack, reses itself, and it can be unaffected by card effects. Doesn't once per turn mean your opponent's turn as well, so it's a quick effect. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe they are quick effects. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it has to state it. I mean, a better way to do this is to look up. I'm pretty sure it can't. I'm pretty certain you can't. It would. I'm pretty sure it would say quick effect next to it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't trust chat, because if I look at chat and they say, and some of them say no when someone else has already said yes, it's kind of like, who do I trust? I'm trusting two different people in chat. They're saying the same thing, so it's easier just me to Google it than just trust chat, because I've already got a 50-50 opinion from chat. I'm pretty certain it can't. Yeah, I'm pretty certain just once per turn just means your in turn, unless it has quick effect written next to it, or like it said, it specifies during your opponent's turn. Alright, so we've got, this is the guy that is searchable by this, so must be good. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one the agent monster from your hand, field, or graveyard, so you can choose this guy you just searched for. Used to search for him, I mean. Once per turn, you banish one light fairy monster from your graveyard, which again can be this guy, right? Once per turn, you banish one white fairy monster from your graveyard, and target one card on the field, destroy that target. Alright, so this card is insane with this dude. Insane. He searches for him, then you can destroy him to destroy something your opponent controls. Insane. While the Sanctuary Sky is on the field, you activate this effect up to twice per turn. Very, very interesting. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a really, really cool card. These two together are insane combo. Obviously, you'd want this one first, though. Camera, stop dying. Hello? Alright. Oh, Siri's going off. Oh my god. Hello? Stop that. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Yeah, so this card, super cool. I'm not sure how meta it'll be or anything, but like, it's not a bad effect. It's a cool effect. Easily searchable. So we'll see about that one. Alright. Loki, so the final one of our gods. Most people have been telling me this card is bad, so we'll see. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card during your battle phase, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. This is a quick effect. During the end phase, if this face-up card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or by card effect and sent to your graveyard this turn, you banish one Nordic tuner monster from your graveyard, special summon this card. When it's special summon this way, target one trap card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. So I guess it's meant to be used for the these Nordic cards. We can add other trap cards. I mean, it's not a bad god, but it's certainly a lot weaker than this guy. This guy's just so much better. This guy just stops your opponent, literally just makes your opponent not be able to affect it with anything. Whereas this guy, you just get to negate one card. So I can see why people were saying this card's a little bit worse, but I mean, it's not a terrible effect. It's not a terrible effect by any means. It's also the card can revive itself once again, so I mean, it's not horrible. Odin is certainly better though. Now this card, it's not a terrible effect. Odin is literally a god card, yeah. How easy will these guys be to summon though? We're yet to see. I have no idea. I wasn't really paying attention to what cards were and were not tuners in here. And a level 10 monster, it's pretty hard to get out, especially considering it needs 2 tuner monsters for it. And if you get it out, it's a pretty fucking powerful card that can keep resing itself. Pretty excited for Odin. Love to see him in action. Pretty OP. Anyway. Forbidden Lands. Target one face-up monster Target one face-up monster on the field. This turn, that target loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. So that's just a generic, like, unaffected ability for everything. Wow. 800 attack debuff to make it unaffected by spell and trap cards. So in a deck with like really high attack monsters, such as like Odin or something like has huge attack stats, it's pretty decent. Because there's a lot of spell and trap cards being used right now. Cardians and whatnot. Damn, interesting card. They'll lose 800 attack, but it's unaffected by shit, and it's a quick play. Interesting. I do like this card. There's level 2. Yeah, I saw level 2 tuner, but she was pretty hard to do because you have to have, like I said before when I talked about this card, you have to have, it's like you're on turn 1. You get 4 cards in your hand, so you have to have the Valkyrie, which is this card, then you have to have 2 other Nordics with it. So your starting hand has to have 3 monsters, so it means you have to run fuck all backline to make this consistent. Plus you want to draw this card to be able to use it, which to be fair, it is light, so you can use light and dark with it, so you can light and dark search. Then again, that makes it less likely to have Nordics, so... Very interesting though. It is an instant Odin though. It is instant Odin. Loki is better overall, but Odin seems to summon... Yeah, there's people who really like this card. I guess you just run a super... You just run like a less spell trap cards. Like you just run like an all monster deck. Good thing is that you really only need to go through the box once for the Nordic, since 3 times Loki's appearance isn't needed. Yeah, true. I mean, if you can build an entire deck just based around this one card here with Odin, it's really easy to do, because you literally just have this card, have Light and Dark or something, so you get basically 6 copies of it, and the rest of the deck all Nordics. Run no spell or trap cards, and you just run this with Odin. It'd be super funny deck. I'm not sure how good that would be, but I mean, it's good to Cam dead. I can see my Cam. Don't debate me or get banned. Alright. Banishment of the Darklords. Add 1 Darklord card from your deck to your hand, except Banishment of the Darklords. You can only activate 1 banished card onto a turn. Oh, so it's a free searcher. Oh, well, that makes Darklords a lot more consistent. When Darklords with the yeah, it's nice. I like that. Just a free searcher for Darklords. Solid card. Not much else to say about it. If you're playing Darklords, you'll play this card. Yeah, just sick card. Sick card for Darklords. Not much else to say about it. It's literally any Darklord card. Just, you want one? You got one. Sick. Alright, so gone through all the cards. What are my thoughts on the box as a whole? Well, is it potentially meta? Hard to say, hard to say. There's certainly some really good cards in here. Like Lance is good, this card's good, Odin's good. This guy's alright, I'm not sure how good he will be though. It's just one negate isn't that effective, but it does keep resing itself, so I mean, it's not bad. We already know like Shien is a good negate card, but this is only during battle phase to be fair. This card is sick, it works with this card insanely well, so super good combo there. This makes Spellbooks ridiculously strong. This makes Reptilian natural archetype for a change. We've got this card, which is actually insane. If Valhalla's in this box, you get 6 copies of Valhalla. Insane. Insane. UAs have got a new negate effect. Super good as well. Like, really good. We've got Thor, which I'm not sure about. Thor's kind of like hard to evaluate. Very hard to evaluate Thor, we'll see. I guess if you run just all Nordic stuff, and you just run like, your entire deck's all Nordic shit. And then you just have like the couple of tuners. You can probably stick Thor and Odin in the deck, right? Oh, it seems real hard. Oh, effing? Oh, I missed the entire box. Get to S in the chat. I see. Baby Daisy's box, Spellbook agents and flowers. I think use the new Darklord card in the grave too. Yeah, I feel like this box has certainly got potential to be meta defining, even if it's just like sticking one-offs in certain decks. Like, this makes Spellbook so much better. This card makes Darklords insanely better. This card is just like a sick card in general. Like, if it ever becomes a meta where we're just so sick of backline, you can just run this card and your monsters are unaffected by that shit. Odin's fucking nasty sick if you can get him out, which this card is a 1-card Odin. If you can run like an entire Nordic deck, this would be super good in that. I don't think these flowers are all that great. I don't know. Very heavy cycle, weird ass deck. They seem to be lacking like a boss monster of some kind. So you just cycle a bunch, destroy some shit, but that's just about it. Oh yeah, sorry. Clearly the best card is Charcoal Impachi, you're right. Completely missed the best card in the box, my bad. Yeah, I don't know. Real interesting to see. I feel like this box has a lot of potential though. Certainly a ton of potential. Even if, like I said, just for one card combos. It's got super good generic synchros too. Both of these are insane generic synchros. You can just stuff into any synchro deck if they can make them. If you can get a level 11 out, this card will be in there. It's insane. If you can get a level 8 out, this card, even if you just summon this card, it can destroy target itself and one of your opponent cards, if like at worst. But generally you can just set one spell card, destroy that, destroy one of your opponent's thing. So good. Like, it's actually just so good. This card will be seeing a ton of play then. I didn't notice it was generic until someone pointed it out in chat, but goddamn, that's good. You just set any spell card or any trap card you like, destroy that, destroy one of your opponent's things. Super good. Does knowledge make light miss timing, or is that one-to-one? Make a light. Not sure what that is. The cat is relinquished. Is like a monster reborn. Oh, okay. I don't think relinquished is gonna be that good though. Damn. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the stream there. We don't want to be going for too long, otherwise people will get won't want to watch the VOD. So yeah. Thank you boys for all tuning in. This box should be great. I should have a video out tomorrow on the... What the fuck were they called? Whatever the new... Alright, just check. Go on. I should have a video out tomorrow on... Oh, later today. I'm not sure what you guys' time zone is. On Fortune Ladies. Should be interesting. They are... They're not all that great. They're certainly a fun archetype. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, fucking, I don't know, whatever else you want to do on my channel. If you like the stream and want to keep supporting the channel, feel free to if you like the stream, oh god, feel free to hit the like button, you know. Hit the join down here, become a channel member for just $1. Also give you instant access to all of my tournaments and duel rooms and whatever else I'm running. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you people later. Here's an advert. Later. What the hell? Anyway.